So, I seen all what I needed to see out of Rusev, and all I gotta say, Triple H, put that IC strap on Rusev like yesterday. Let's go. Hey, what's going on YouTube land? It's your boy TJ and welcome to my YouTube channel Wrestling Nostalgia, where I give my wrestling content on my channel. So we're on the topic of the Russian Destroyer, if he's even going by that anymore. But we're talking about Rusev and his epic return on Raw. So as we all know, he was Miro on AEW. Of course, you know, originally he came from WWE to AEW, now back to WWE, and yeah, that whole thing. So I like this whole presentation of him. Hopefully this is not a whole Shinsuke Nakamura revamp like how he did his whole character gimmick rebranding thing and came nothing of it. I was so pissed off about that. And Shinsuke Nakamura is definitely a far cry from his King of Strong Style whole New Japan. I guess he came from over there. I'm not privy to his work, but from what I heard, that man was a monster, and it made no type of sense. Vince McMahon will never be forgiven for that. Like, it's a lot of people he could have made a thing, but because of their language barrier, my whole thing is you made Oscar the world champion. So what? I guess men and women are different in his eyes, but hey, this video is not about him. Let's just go ahead and get into the topic at hand and the meat and potatoes. I seen all what I need to see out of Rusev, and honestly, I'm so glad that they did not just make him like, oh, here he goes, there's another guy, here you go. I'm glad that they took time for his presentation. They did have him cut a promo, and it was very impactful. You could tell the WWE is trying to make Rusev a thing, and it is starting to get over, and man, let's get into his return. So when he returned to WWE, he beat up the Alpha Babes, because they keep calling them the Alpha Academy, but they're not with Chad Gable anymore, so I don't know why they're being called that. But anyways, he beat up all of the male members of the Alpha Babes. He left them laying. So after that, I believe he wasn't on Raw the next week, but he cut a promo. And then after that, he wound up having a match with Otis, and man, Otis did try to, hang on in there, but he just was not any match for the Russian Destroyer. And of course, rightfully so, he tapped him out, and then he got back in the ring. And you know what? It's so crazy. Yo, I seen Rusev do like a spinning heel kick, like he jumped up in the air, and that move looked just like reminiscence of Chris Jericho when he used to do that move. I'm not sure if he does that move anymore, because he's not my fave, and I really don't keep up with Chris like that. I don't know what he got going on, but he is ruining his legacy, okay? That's a video for another day. But like I said before, on the topic of hand, Rusev did a lot of nice things in there, and it did get the crowd moving and pop. And mind you, that city that he was in was dead. I was like, goodness gracious, like, what's going on here? Like, y'all are witnessing something like the beginning of something that could be great if they book it correctly. He could be the next world champion, and that's another thing I'm going to get to later on in the video. But the presentation and everything like that, and I'm pretty sure down the line he's going to fight Tozawa as well, because Tozawa looks like, he's a scrappy, guy or whatever, and he was trying to help his friend Otis, but to no avail. I mean, that man is like, 5 foot nothing, and he was not going to beat up anybody's Rusev, okay? Like, it just was not going to happen. And he leave them all laying, and then, Maxine Dupree all like, oh my, her acting is superb. But anyways, right back to Rusev. I hope to goodness sake that they are continuing the formula, because I know what y'all about to say. Oh, well, he was already in WWE. Just because he came from AEW doesn't mean that they could do the whole AEW package. And why not? Why the hell not? I don't see why the hell not. I don't give a damn about him being in WWE and then AEW and then quiet as it kept. Some of them already was in WWE before AEW. It just wasn't really widely known because they were jobbers. Yeah, yeah. Huh. But anyways, I don't see why they can't do the whole repackage, rebranding, whole AEW rollout thing, or former AEW guy and, hey, show AEW up and show how you really make a superstar. Miro's AEW career was cute, but after a while, it just did not mirror anything promising, and it was very unfortunate because it wasn't like he wasn't over in WWE. I mean, he got himself over almost kind of accidentally, but it was organic. The whole Rusev Day and all that other good stuff. And hopefully, with this whole heel gimmick, which I'm kind of glad that he went the whole heel direction, I hope that it does get heat. We get that train rolling because honestly, I just hope they I just got to drive this home, like, for real. I hope they do not do the same thing that they did, like how they do with a lot of people's returns, where the new nice shiny toy, oh yeah, look, see, we're taking it seriously, and then they kind of like get brain frog and kind of like, we don't know what to do. We don't have anything creative for you. Like, please do not do that. Like, Rusev actually can cut promos. If you want to pay him back with Lana, that's cool, because she was actually a great mouthpiece as well. If you want to do that whole pairing again, being as though that he is a heel, she was a heel, she was a great heel. She's better, honestly, like on the mic and being a manager than a wrestler. Not that she's horrible now, because honestly, I told you, Natty, y'all better stop sleeping on her, because she know how to turn into sugar, like, for real, because she also trained Lana as well, and she actually got better in the ring. I didn't say that she was some beastie wrestler. I didn't say that she was, knocking women out and being world champion and all that, but the presentation and everything and how she was doing her moveset versus, beforehand is a vast, a big difference, okay? But honestly, Rusev definitely needs to be the Intercontinental Champion. If not by SummerSlam, like at that pay-per-view event, then it needs to happen a little bit before. Look, I understand that Dominic just won that title. I didn't say that he needs to take it off him right now, but if he were to, guess what? I would not be mad. All right? Like, for real, because Dominic is cute for what it's for. Let him have his little strives and his little cute defenses and put, 4 or 5 people in front of him. Before you actually get to Miro, let him go ahead and run through the roster and maybe even beat a couple of world champions. I'll be okay with that. And the WWE does definitely need some top contenders for the IC Championship. And I would love to see him with that belt. And then probably somewhere down the line next year, if you really want to stick it to AEW, make him the world champion. Like, I don't see why the hell not. Like, make money on your investment. My whole thing is, if the whole Rusev Day went over, and if the presentation is good enough, I mean, look at Karrion Kross. Yo, that man is the #1 merch seller right now. Off a promo. And mind you, Rusev Day, that was selling off like hotcakes too at one point in time. If the presentation is right and everything aligns together, that could be your next top world champion at some point. I mean, y'all gave Gunther the keys to the city at one point. You made him a world champion. And he, like, overseas as well. Make another one. WWE, y'all got something really good on y'all hands. When I seen that match against him and Otis, that's all I needed to see. I said, I got to make a video because y'all better not play in Rusev's face. I don't feel like they will, honestly, because it won't make sense, because why would you bring him back just to do nothing with him? Then with the other former AEW people, you got them in prominent spots. So why would you not have somebody that was a homegrown WWE talent before AEW even was in existence? Why would you not try to put the rocket to his back and really show AEW up like, hey, this how you supposed to have booked this man? Like, what was y'all doing? Yeah, you see all these AEW former alumni or whatever you want to call them? Yeah, stars right now. So if you really want to stick it to AEW, WWE, y'all need to go ahead and strap the rocket to Rusev's back and let him take off. I'm telling you, That man is nothing to play with. And if you put him with Lana, I'm trying to tell you, it's going to get over. It's too bad the other guy, I'm sorry, it been a while since Rusev was tag team up with that one man that helped get the whole Rusev Day over with. But it's too bad that they can't like tag team up or whatever and help that gimmick get over. But I mean, he's heel right now, so it wouldn't make any sense. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys. They definitely need to put the strap on Rusev by SummerSlam. Honestly. Just like how y'all did Braun Breaker, and they kind of are like the same build. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man ain't getting no younger, bro. Like, he gonna be 40 this year. Hello? Y'all need to go ahead and make that happen. Because I'm telling you, WWE, y'all gonna hear my mouth. I don't care. I'm gonna keep talking. Make Rusev the IC champion. Look, like I said before, Dominic, I'm pretty sure he's going to have a nice little run. Put some people in front of him before Rusev. Because honestly, if you put Rusev and Dominic against each other, it's not going to look believable anyway. So, I don't want to do this whole 3 for 3. I don't want to see he get a fluke win. I don't want to see none of that. I want to see them two, SummerSlam, Rusev go over. And honestly, it should not be no long match. I'm not saying he should completely dominate him, but if it does happen, I'm not going to be mad. Not at all. I will not be mad, not one bit. But that's all I have for you guys. Comment down below. How do you feel about Rusev being a future IC champion, maybe even a world champion, later on down the line once he, build his reps up and show that the IC championship has his prestige, and he's gonna make it look as great as possible, because I'm pretty sure he definitely is. All right.
The real reasons Rusev returned to WWE. The last one will break your heart. No one expected Rusev, who once terminated his contract with WWE and switched to AEW, made a stunning return to WWE on the 22nd of April, 2025, and gave an amazing performance in the match. There are actually heartbreaking truths behind Rusev's return. First, Rusev met his wife Lana when he was in WWE. However, after leaving WWE, their relationship went downhill, and they finally announced their breakup in 2024. Until March this year, Rusev and Lana got back together. Lana has also signed a legendary contract with WWE. For the sake of his wife, Rusev also chose to return to WWE. Second, during his years in AEW, Rusev couldn't really show the kingly presence he had in WWE. To make matters worse, his annual salary in AEW was only $250,000, which was much lower than the minimum of $500,000 he used to get in WWE. Rusev couldn't bear the financial pressure, so he had to return to WWE, which has more commercial value. Finally, Rusev simply couldn't let go of his loyal fans in WWE. Even after leaving WWE, Rusev could still see his fans cheering him on and missing every one of his matches on social media. He always knew his fans were waiting for him to come back.
Or do y'all feel like, man, he gonna be a AEW flop? Probably the first one, because honestly, all the AEW people that came up, okay, never mind, because I almost forgot about Brian Pillman's son, so I'm actually surprised that he's still employed with the WWE. But no.
And another thing before I end this video, this will be a way to create, or should I say recreate, a star in Rusev if they do put the rocket to Rusev's back and make him a world champion, or at least for, the time being. I could kind of see the vision making him a IC champion. And I didn't really want to talk about this because it was very silly of Vince McMahon to punish Rusev because he posted that he was engaged to Lana. I don't know if anybody really widely knows about this, but this is why he never became world champion, because he had the look and, the physique and the menacing, prowess and all the other good stuff. And all because he posted, because he was in the middle embroiled in a storyline with, I believe it was Dolph Ziggler and Summer Rae, and I guess they were all feuding, but it was, the teams was like reversed or whatever you want to say. Basically, it was fave. He punished him for a long time, and he even let him go in that mass releases back in 2020. But I'm glad he's back in WWE, but hopefully this second run definitely be fruitful, because he definitely deserves it. For real, for real.
Yeah, when the TMZ storyline got mysteriously leaked to TMZ, no one cares. Y'all aren't Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, you know? That really set Vince off and like everyone, because I don't know why, but we were like the favorite storyline of him. It was crazy. I think at the time Cena had a storyline for 4 months and we were going on 3. So it just wasn't something you were seeing like how they do nowadays, like amazing long storylines. The storytelling in WWE right now is just really coming around so differently. Yep. But it was interesting that we were like, and we were getting crossover position, like great, positions. And so when it went there, he was really upset. I think the head writers at the time were really upset too, because they had just been so invested of it. And I think the fans aren't dumb, like to know that there was never a payoff. Like we never had a payoff match. Lana and I never went back and forth. We never had the doubles match even. Like, so clearly something went wrong in the storyline.
No. Why was he not released? But now let me stop playing. Comment down below, like, share, subscribe, help me grow the channel. Your level of support is definitely greatly appreciated. Welcome, peace, TJ. I'm out.
You